Hey, how you doing out there? Thanks for clicking on this video. Today we're going to be talking about the Batman delay. Yes, Matt Reeves' Batman movie is delayed once again. You might think it may look a little different around here. What's going on? What's up with all this crazy black bar stuff? Well, we are coming to you in anamorphic. We got a new anamorphic lens with the anamorphic lens flares. Pretty cool. It's exciting. It's a new lens. So if it looks a little different around here, that's why. But without further ado, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, because we talk movies, movie news, DC. We review movies on this channel where I basically give you my thoughts on the latest movies and movie news. So if you're into that, please help out the channel, click subscribe, click the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get in to the Marvel. Not Marvel. Without further ado, let's get into the DC news. All right, so first up, we have this article from Dark Horizons that says, the other day came the news that Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2 had been pushed back a full year, moving from October 2nd, 2026 to October 1st, 2027. That is unbelievable. That right there is pretty much like all I need, you know what I'm saying? But I'll read this little section and I'll give you my thoughts. The sequel was first announced in 2022 and has seemingly taken time as Reeves has been working hard to perfect the script. DC Studios chief James Gunn saying the other day, Matt is committed to making the best film that he possibly can, and no one can accurately guess exactly how long the script will take to write. I have my thoughts. I'm not even gonna read the rest of the article. Dark Horizons, it's on Dark Horizons, so if you want to go check it out, you can. But yeah, this was devastating. Okay, there's all these rumors going around. Is Robert Pattinson gonna be the DCU Batman? Is he not? You know, James Gunn said that he's not. There's going to be Elseworld movies. Matt Reeves is like, I don't know. Who knows what's going on? You know what I'm saying? He's had a couple interviews, and they're both kind of like, meh. I mean, James Gunn firmly said no, and Matt Reeves is like, you never know. And I don't know. I'm on the fence. I have absolutely no idea what they're cooking up or what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Could he be the DCU Batman? Yeah, there's a possibility he can, especially since the Penguin is a massive success and just won a bunch of awards. So are you gonna really make, and Andy Muschietti came out and said that the director of the Brave and the Bold movie came out and said that the movie was delayed, and then James Gunn came out and said the movie's not delayed. So there's miscommunication there. And then Andy Muschietti came out and said, oh, well, I haven't really talked to James about anything since he started writing Superman, or filming Superman. You haven't talked to James Gunn since he started filming Superman in like January? That's mind-blowing to me. I don't understand. All I can say is that, do I think that the Brave and the Bold is going to happen? Maybe not at this point. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore, to be honest. Because it doesn't seem like there's a script. It doesn't seem like anyone's actively pushing that project forward, right? James is solely focused on Superman, as he should be, right? And then the Lanterns is shooting, and Supergirl is going to start shooting in like a few days here. I think like 2 days. They're going to start shooting Supergirl. So that's all pushing forward. We got the Lantern show coming up. And I just don't know. And there's the Clayface movie, right? Which we'll get into that in the next segment after this. But like, I was all excited. I was excited for Brave and the Bold. I was excited for Damian Wayne. I was excited for the Bat family to come in. And I think they still will. But it may take a little while to get here. And back to this thing. It was moved. Again, the Batman came out in 2022. Okay? That's a long time ago. You should have, and it seems like there's absolutely no script, because James Gunn came out and said, I haven't really even seen a draft. Excuse me? None of this makes any sense to me, man. Like, I know Matt Reeves takes a long time to write things, but I have to assume that there has to be, the only explanation is that there are talks between Matt Reeves and James Gunn and Peter Safran and all the DC people and Warner Brothers, and they're really, I'm thinking that a lot of Warner Brothers executives and a lot of Warner Brothers people want Robert Pattinson to be in the DCU, right? I'm really thinking that they're really pushing that. I think Robert Pattinson wants to be there. I think he wants to do that. I don't know personally, but like I would assume that he would be down for that. I think that's something that he would be really excited about. I think Matt Reeves might feel like and I feel for Matt Reeves because it feels like maybe there's a thing flying, but maybe Matt Reeves feels like his project is being taken away from him. And I know as a creative person, as an artist, and I've had this happen before on many projects where it's like you're working on something and then somebody comes in and starts to change things, right? You get new ownership or whatever, you work at a company and new owners come in and they start messing with stuff, right? They start changing things, maybe not always for the better. Sometimes it's good, right? I think James Gunn has done a lot of good, but and I'm not saying that James Gunn is doing a bad thing by wanting Robert Pattinson in the DCU. I'm actually kind of intrigued by that. It is a little strange though, because like we said, this is now pushed back to October 1st, 2027. This ain't like, oh, we're coming out in summer of 2027, or we're going to come out in May of 2027. At that point, I'd be like, okay, like that's far enough. But if they start, and they say they're going to start shooting this year. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense because you can make things a lot faster nowadays. And he's had a lot of time to work on this script. So why are you, if you start filming this year, so you're going to film in probably 2025 into 2026. And then it's going to take you, and not like, and I'm saying like end of 2025 to like spring of 2026, right? Let's just say they start shooting in like October or something, right? We'll give Matt Reeves the majority of the year to finish writing his script. And then say they start shooting in like October, November of 2025. You finish roughly around springtime-ish 2025 or 2026. You're telling me that's not going to take you could get the movie out. If you finished shooting in spring of 2026, you could hit a 2027 summer date. You could hit that easily. Easy. You could hit that. Heck, if you really pushed it, you could probably get it out by the end of the year. Because a lot of these productions, you can edit and you can do VFX as you're shooting. Like you start cutting right away. So realistically, if they really wanted to push it, which I don't recommend, you could hit an end of the year 2026. But instead, we've now decided, no, we're going to go to October 1st, 2027. Excuse me? I don't understand. That. I mean, I get that they want to have the October release date. That's probably what they want, right? They want the Halloween vibe. They want that time period, that time span to release their movie. That just seems like a long time, man. And what are they going to do? Is there just going to be no DCU Batman? Like what? Like how is that going to work? Like it seems like a long time for Batman, in my opinion. Or like we saw a little bit in Creature Commandos, but like we saw a frame of him, and we'll probably get references and we'll probably get little things here and there in Supergirl and maybe even in Superman. But I mean, I guess this is coming from me. I'm an impatient fan, right? I'm like, when is Batman going to be? What are you doing? Make a decision. Even if they do pull the trigger, right? And they're like, no. They're like, yeah, we're going to have Pattinson be our DCU Batman. I'm cool with that, right? I think a lot of people are like, oh no, it's grounded. It's got to be grounded, right? Like Matt Reeves versus Grounded. I'm like, but that can change. He's only really had one movie and there's been, the Penguin, but like that stuff can shift and that stuff can change. So I'm open to the idea of like, and Gotham and Metropolis are supposed to be vastly different, right? In the comics, they're vastly different worlds, right? They don't even remotely resemble each other. So that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You can have Matt Reeves still, and I think if Matt Reeves and Gunn work together, I think they can create something really special. Really like something counter-programmed to Marvel, right? Where things do feel very different. And you can still have Matt Reeves and be like, hey, still do your thing. Like we still want you to play in the Batman world. We still want you to make your Batman movies because we love what you're doing. But when it's time for Batman to hop over into a Justice League movie, that's going to be Robert Pattinson, and Robert Pattinson is going to leapfrog into Metropolis for a little bit, right? And Batman realistically is always kind of a fish out of water anyways, right? Batman is a guy, he's a human being amongst all of the superheroes. And I think a lot of times we've tried to superhero up Batman. But I think what Rob does so brilliantly, I think he's not the biggest Batman, right? He can get bigger, sure, but like that's not what's important to Batman necessarily, right? He's got to be big, I guess, but like not massive. And so it's interesting to take somebody like Rob and his version of Batman and throw him into the DCU with all the fantastic and see how Bruce Wayne deals with that, right? Because we really haven't seen, I mean, he's a smart cookie. He's a smart cookie in the Batman, but it'll be interesting to see once he's tested and how fantastical it's going to be. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. What do you think of the Batman being delayed and how devastating that is, especially for somebody like me? And I'm sure it's devastating like for somebody like you guys, because we love Batman, right? So like we want more Robert Pattinson Batman, at least I do, and I'm bummed that it's been delayed. On to the next story.